Welcome back. Hi, I am Simply Christa, and I want to thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. If this is your first time here, it's a vlog channel. I'm just on here recording my feelings whenever they pop up. I know I haven't been on this station for probably like a month or two, but it's probably going to be all related to what I'm talking about today. So yeah, I'm just going to jump right into it. I don't necessarily have like a formal introduction. I don't want it to be long and drawn out, but I just need to get on here and talk. I need to let some of these emotions that I have bottled up on the inside of me out. I need to release it onto this platform and onto your ears, so hopefully it'll help somebody else while I'm in the process of healing and just releasing myself. Okay, so probably maybe like 20 minutes ago, I was in bed being, I want to say lazy, but I was trying to take a nap. I was trying to rest. I was trying to just calm my mind. And I was talking to God. I was talking to Holy Spirit. And he was dropping into my head and my heart just a thought that I use sleep as a way to self-medicate. Yes, that's what it is. Thank you. To self-medicate, because I've had that question come up the past few months. It's like, why am I so tired? Why am I always feeling like I'm just lethargic, like I'm just drowsy, like I'm just lazy, all of these different words attached to them. Like, why am I being productive? Like, I just feel like I want to just sleep all day. And he was telling me that you're using sleep as a way to self-medicate, as a way to kind of like escape from people, escape from your thoughts and the busyness of the day, the busyness that's going on in your mind. And also all the thoughts, all the busyness in your mind is adding onto that, and it's making you more sleepy. So of course your body is feeling tired, it's feeling weighed down, it's feeling like you have, the weight of the world on your shoulders, like you're running a marathon and you need to get some rest on one hand. And again, on the other hand, like I'm using it as a way to kind of escape everything. I'm using it as a way to escape my surroundings, my feelings, and to kind of allow the day to pass by, like rushing the day to get to the next day and to get to the next day. And that's not a way to live. So I'm here to talk about that. I'm here to let it out and just to release it, to kind of get out of my head and to kind of, well, not to kind of, but to definitely heal and to definitely be free from this space, because I know that freedom comes from you airing things out, from you revealing it, from you getting off your chest, from you giving it to Daddy, to giving it to God. I mentioned it here and there that right now I am living with my parents. Well, living with my dad. My mom, my parents are divorced. My mom, she moved back. She's moved back and forth since they've been divorced, but she's here now during this time around. So it's like a full house. It's me, it's my mom, my dad, and for the past 3 years, going on 4, since 2017, I know I had my own place. I had everything established for myself. And Daddy, I call God Daddy. Daddy was telling me, okay, I want you to move back. And I was kicking and screaming, like fighting the idea and the whole thought of moving backwards. Because in my head, I'm moving backwards. I'm trying to move forward. That don't make sense to me. Like, I'm trying to be in a new space, right? And fast forward to now, like I know that it's been a blessing, and he's allowing this to trigger certain things in my childhood, to heal me, to be in a space of just resting, for me being in a space of actually like facing things and addressing it. And right now, if I am around my parents, for me to see my patterns and to see myself in them so I can do something different. But in the past few months, heavy, I know that I've been getting like this extra splurge of anxiety that's just been kind of like weighing on me, which is why I probably popped up to make this video, to release it, because I'm like, I cannot live like this anymore. Like, this is not healthy. This is not what my daddy is saying that like I'm supposed to live. Like, he's promised me so much more than just to be like anxious. That is not a spirit of God. Anxiousness, nah. Fear, nah, that's not from him. And if I have freedom, that's my freedom. Like, I want that freedom. It's mine. Like, I should be walking in it, right? I should not be weighed down by things of this world that's going to be passing tomorrow. But as he was telling me that, when I was resting, I immediately popped up because I'm like, I have to do something different. I can't just be living life for the day to day. Like, okay, like I've done all these things throughout the day, and I feel like I haven't accomplished anything. I'm tired. My mind is getting distracted. It's going here and there. Or I constantly feel like I want to be out or going shopping or doing this or going this place or like on my phone or whatever the case may be as distractions to kind of fill a void that's been inside of me. And I'm like, I can't live like this anymore. Like, I want to be free in this area of my life. Like, I've been working towards freedom and I've been breaking chains, and he's been healing me in other areas. But this area is a huge area that's held me captive for like a long time. And I'm like, no more. Like, it starts with a decision and then a choice for myself to do something like different, for me to say like, no, like no more. So I hopped up out of bed, got myself dressed, just going for a drive, put myself together. And he was telling me that. He was like, you use sleep really like your whole life to kind of like self-medicate yourself, to kind of escape from like your reality, escape from like your thoughts. And I'm like, I can't live like this. I want to be highly effective mom and a wife and a business partner and an owner and his daughter, and not a highly functional, depressed person. Being back home, like my mom being here, has opened up my eyes a lot, because I love my mom so much, but I see that in her. Like, she sleeps all day and she's up at night. And I know that's not normal. That's not healthy. Like, I know she's using that to kind of avoid things, and I don't want to speak for her. So I'm just going to say, like, I know that it's not healthy to be in that space. And I know that if I don't address this, that the enemy can have me going down that path as well, which is why I love God so much, is that he's allowing things to be brought up so I can heal from it. I guess what's triggering this is the past few days has been like this source of anxiety. Like, I'm like, God, why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling like, anxious? And I know where it's coming from also, is that I have like this huge fear, okay? And the fear is, maybe different areas the enemy is trying to use that spirit to attack, like different, segments of my life. But I know this fear is coming from rejection, the root of it, that spirit, I hate that spirit. But being born into that and having like a household where my parents were absent, they weren't there. They were there physically, but they were not there emotionally. It was always about them fighting and their issues, and not to blame them, because I know they gave us as much love, the peace that they have, or they knew how to, but it wasn't healthy and it wasn't okay. So I grew up, and it prunes me to be an adult, to kind of be used to getting people's crumbs of love, like accepting that, thinking that it was okay for a person to reject you and to ignore you for a lot of times, and to give you a little bit of love, and then they would abandon you emotionally again. And I began to like trigger that began to trigger the past few days. I felt like, man, like this heavy feeling of like I'm going to be discarded and rejected again from a healthy relationship, a healthy friendship, a healthy space that I'm at right now, or things that haven't even happened. Thinking about like future marriage, like, oh my God, this is gonna happen. Like, I'm afraid of like getting back out there, or meeting people, or dating, or getting married, or working in business, or all these things that God has like promised me, that he's shown me, that he has like in front of my lap. It's like this fear comes and just swallows it up, as if I'm sabotaging myself for things that haven't even happened. Like, my mind has been constantly going like of these fearful thoughts, and again, I know it's fear and it's anxiety, and it's the enemy trying to keep me in this space to sabotage what is healthy. So of course I'm going to end up, manifesting. I'm not, not the new age manifesting, but the biblically, you're manifesting, you're thinking about those things as they're going to happen, as though they are, according to the scripture. Like, that's going to happen. If you're constantly thinking that you're going to fail, you're going to fail. If you're constantly feeling like you're going to be abandoned, you're going to be abandoned because nobody's going to want to put up with that behavior when they're giving you healthy love, right? So I got into a space where I need to let that emotion out. Let me just breathe in that. I needed to say that and get it off my chest. But I got into a space where I feel like God has like shown me bits and pieces, or maybe even the full picture. Maybe I'm just processing it in bits and pieces about how he's wanting me to work through this, how he's wanting me to draw in more and fully receiving more of his love, my identity, and selling myself in him even more and more and more and deeper so that I can fully receive what he has for me. I can't go through life fear of rejection. I can't, because that's gonna happen when you're dealing with humans anyway. I can't have a fear of and when I say that, I don't mean like by healthy relationships or God-centered relationships, but just the world. The world's gonna reject what is of him. It's not gonna accept what's of God. But like I can't just live in this constant anxiety. So yeah. I had to take a deep breath and let that out. And I guess I'm not coming on this video, like it's never to be about, okay, this is a solution, this is 5 steps on how to fix it. I'm gonna tell you what I'm going through now that's healed, and I'm healed tomorrow. Like that's not what I'm here, and that's not what I'm about. It's about my journey, and it's about what I'm choosing to do as of right now, and I'm sharing with you for me to look back on it and for somebody else to relate to it, of course. But yeah, I had to get out of myself and out of this space that I was in of just allowing my days to pass, living in fear, living in anxiety, fear of failure, fear that walking on eggshells with people that I love, fear that everything that I say is wrong, everything that I'm doing is wrong, fear that I'm not good enough, fear that an actual belief systems, not just a fear, like an actual mindset that, you know, I'm picking people apart. Like I have to be perfect, so I'm picking other people apart. Like I can't do daddy's people like that, and I can't do myself like that either. Going back on conversations and just asking myself, did I say something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Like what I'm saying is a lot. That sounds crazy, and that's how I've been feeling. Like that is crazy for a person to be living like that. Like at all, that's not living life. Or even like the opposite side, like me having anxious thoughts and then me being in patterns of just being like lazy and just stagnant. And then the opposite side, I was just being so busy. Like I have to constantly, let me go shopping. Let me spend money. Let me go do this. Let me go here. Let me be on the phone. Like just on the opposite side to kind of that busyness was being displayed of what was going on inside of my head. Instead of me just living. Again, I've gotten better because I'm able to pinpoint it and discern the root of it and where it's coming from the past few years as I've been starting my whole journey of healing. And Daddy's been walking through with me, but it comes a point where it can't be like your identity. It comes a point where you can't make excuses and it's like, this is just a lifestyle. This is how I'm supposed to be living. Like, nah, like this is not life. So I guess I'll end with that. If I'm wanting to ask myself what is the solution, or somebody's asking that, like you said all that, so now what? Now what is what I just did? I got up and I made a choice and a decision to get dressed and to get out the house and to stay on my assignment. I made a choice to start fresh the next day, in the next moment, not even the day, like you have each moment to get yourself up and say, you know what, like, nah, this is my life. I know it's saying that belonging to Daddy, but this is my life. Like, this is not for the enemy to come and take and to snatch away and to replay for the past 28 years again, or 30 years, or 40, however old you are, 16. It's not for the enemy to come and replay that. It's not for me to be perfect. God is just wanting me to choose him each day and to lay this at his feet and to say, I can't do without you. because I've been trying to be perfect the past few months also. Like, I feel like, well, I know this stuff. I've been learning these things through mentorship. So let me hit the ground running. Let me just do it. I can do it. I know I can do it. I can do it. But it's like, no, I just rest. Like, just having to physically slow myself down. Even when I'm walking, I'm a fast walker. I'm a fast talker. And he's telling me, just slow yourself down. Like, you're right where I need you to be. Like, you're not going to fail. If you just allow me in your life, if you just let go of more of that control, like I talked about before, if you just submit yourself fully to me and allow him in to open up different spaces inside of me that I didn't even know existed, that I didn't even know was broken. But that is the solution. The solution for my today, not tomorrow, is for me to just get up, get dressed, get myself out of bed, write things down, journal, pray, stay devoted to him, to my task and my assignment, and to look at the example. Again, I mentioned that I was staying with my parents, or they're here with me, and I'm able to see what that looks like for me to each day choose to love them instead of judge them, to forgive them, to be in a space of moving forward, to be in a space of awareness, and compassion towards them as to why they even act that way. But yeah, I had to let that out. I had to let that out to just be real about my emotions, even as to why maybe I've been kind of like not recording as much as I should, because Daddy's been giving me assignment to speak to teenage women, young women, other women, be on this platform. He's put me here for a reason, and I'm like, man, am I good enough? Man, tired. Man, the day has passed me by. And it's like, nah, there's no more excuses. Like, I gotta pick myself up and do something. I have to not try to conquer the world, but just conquer my mindsets. Yes. And my heart will follow. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave you with that. I know this is a journey vlog, and so we continue with progress and more emotions, but I had to let that out. I had to just let that out, and hopefully this video will help somebody else who may be feeling the same way. So share it if you know anybody who may be in that same space or same situation, or even if that's you, if it's triggering you to kind of dig deep, to think if you've ever been in that space of unworthiness or busyness or paranoia. The enemy is so dumb with his little tactics. But if you've ever been in that space, that there's healing out there. And I know it is. Like, I'm not going to give up my life. Nah, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to go backwards. Nope. So yeah, I'm just ending on that note, releasing all that, feeling better. I'm about to go do a little light, casual, not avoidant shopping, but just getting out the house today and enjoying the sun. It was snowing like 2 days ago here in Texas. Now it's like 60 degrees, 70 degrees outside. So yes, thank you so much for tuning in and just watching me and all my emotions. I'll be back next time.